Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Sonic, WWE 318, back again for another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my WWE Survivor Series 2018 prediction video. Yep, it's Thanksgiving time, and you know what that means. It's time for WWE's annual Thanksgiving pay-per-view special, as we have both sides of Raw and SmackDown going head-to-head for ultimate brand supremacy, or whatever it is they want to call it. Well, today, obviously enough, at the time of recording this video, we are only 2 days, 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 53 seconds from the pay-per-view event in general. We're at that time waiting for the pay-per-view event at the time of recording this video right about now. But before we get on to the actual video, the reason why you're here, actually, as you can see down the title of the video down below, we have some rundowns, some actual brief thoughts, and actually a rundown for, this video before we actually get to Survivor Series stuff, obviously enough. And obviously, we're not going to wait, we're going to get this thing started, but actually, before we actually get on to some of those actual thoughts, I actually have some personal, stuff to tell you guys before we actually get to WWE stuff. Before we get to, some rundowns and stuff for WWE stuff, before we, get to the reason why you're here for Survivor Series stuff. So, haha. So you might be asking me, first off, the first thing I want to address here is the reason why, I've been gone. Last time I was here was for my Hell in a Cell 2018 predictions. So you might be asking yourself, where the hell have I been? Well, guys, ever since Hell in a Cell 2018, I have been facing some personal issues with some stuff going on. With some of those being that I personally had a computer accident, firstly enough. Yep, my computer, which was a Windows 7, by the way, which I love dearly to the bottom of my heart, and I had that thing for a while, ever since that one video. I forgot which one it was, but I actually kind of marked out, I didn't want to say mark out, really, but, you saw my excitement on camera, where I said, because beforehand, I would usually, if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, you would have known I had a really, really old laptop that was super-duper slow. And I actually upgraded to a new computer, which is the computer I talk about right now. And I forgot what pay-per-view event it was, or what prediction video it was, but there was a prediction video I did back in the day, a few years back, where I'm just like, oh yeah, you might notice that this computer is running smooth, and this video is actually kind of running smooth on my computer, and it's because I had a new laptop at the time. So, that computer is sadly no longer with us anymore. And the reason being is because one fateful morning / night, whatever you want to call it, it was about 3 a.m. to my time, so early morning. So there you go, early morning schedule. There you go. There's the answer. Which game show answer is it going to be? Is it early morning or is it late night? Who knows? That's up to your interpretation. But for me, it's early morning. Anywho's. So one morning at around 3:30 to 3:40ish in the morning, at some fateful morning a few weeks back, or about a month ago or so, which I forgot, it's been a while. I was just sitting, I was chilling, relaxing, watching a funny-ass video, eating and, drinking stuff, and one moment, stuff happens, and I accidentally jumped up from laughter, and drink went flying, and the computer went. So, yeah, liquid damage to a computer that ruined its motherboard. Yays! But luckily enough, I was able, within the same day, I took it to a local computer repair shop, just about 30 minutes away from here, from where I live, and they took care of it, and they knew what they had to do. Luckily enough, my computer was not fully dead. Which, the computer itself is dead. Yes, the laptop is gone. So rest in peace. But thankfully enough, everything that was on it is safe and sound, and I actually have a new laptop, which is sadly enough is going to be it's a Windows 10 laptop. But so far, I have done my research. I've done all I can to formulate enough to actually be a legit good laptop, which I do love, and so far, it is running good and smooth, and I actually do enjoy it. So thankfully enough, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and it's good enough. So, unfortunately enough, is because I had a computer. One reason why I've been gone is because I had a computer accident with my old laptop and getting a new laptop, and actually having to adapt to that new laptop, and yeah, so. once again, rest in peace to my Windows 7 laptop, and I am here to actually welcome in my new Windows 10 laptop, which, obviously you're not going to see it because obviously you're seeing me, obviously enough. But yeah, so one reason why I'm gone is because computer issues, so yeah. And another reason why I've been gone, sadly, and this is kind of this is going to be a real emotional shit compared to an actual laptop dying, I actually faced a personal loss in the family, guys. Yeah. My uncle sadly just passed away last September, so late, like little to mid to late last September. My uncle sadly died, and he was been in the hospital for a prior good couple weeks to maybe close to a month on oxygen, and he just, after all that as time passed by, he just couldn't breathe anymore, and there was just no sign of hope. After a while, the doctors did all they could, and as he was on oxygen, he was hooked up to all sorts of equipment and whatnot to keep him still alive. There was just nothing more they can do. After a long period of time of actually keeping him alive, there was really nothing more they can do. So one fateful night, they just pulled the plug on the stuff they did and just see what he did. And after a while, he just passed on. So that really personally, hit me close to the heart because he was really close to me and my family throughout the years. And I remember throughout so many years of me growing up and actually coming down here where I'm living right now, visiting my family down south here in Southern Illinois. That I would go to his house. I would go to my uncle's house, and I would. One favorite memory, I must say, was I got into the closet and I got these big old boots. This was when I was super younger, by the way. And I would go into the closet and I'd get these super duper big boots out, and I'd actually jump into those boots and just walk around like, hey, look at me, and be stupid. Be a stupid little boy as I was, a little kid, obviously. But so another real personal reason why I've been gone is dealing with that. Also with the loss of my uncle recently. It's gonna be, it's been pretty hard on me. It's been pretty hard on my family down here. And I do accept all prayers and wishes. I thank you very much for that. If anyone's in turn, whoever's watching this video saying, just reaching out, saying, I'm sorry. I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really do. And it's just personal issues is just. Personal issues, with computer stuff happening and my uncle being gone, go ahead into the holidays pretty soon. With this being Thanksgiving and going on Christmas, it's gonna be pretty hard, on all of us. So, yeah. Without getting too sappy and too emotional, you might be hearing my voice kind of, crinkling, froggy in my throat, just talking about this issue. I'm just going to address it, that I'm having those two personal issues aside. I had those issues aside that was recently hitting me hard and not really making me being gone. With actually not returning to the actual concept of this video alone, which is WWE stuff. And another reason why I've been gone is just for the sheer fact that and also down below, we have Hell in a Cell rundown, which we'll get to in a second. My Hell in a Cell results and my brief thoughts on it. But we also have some thoughts on some WWE Network specials. Which the reason why I've also been gone is because I have personally chose not to cover those specials. Because they just were on my they were on my radar, but yet again, they were on my mind to say, okay, I'm gonna dedicate a good, good 20 to 30 minutes, or maybe even 40 minutes, dedicate, that much time in my life, talking about just a beefed up house show. Why would I waste my time talking about a beefed up house show when in reality I could just sit down, relax, enjoy the show for what it was, and just, come back here for Survivor Series when we're here on the main event, main pay-per-view event calendar. So, yeah. But I will talk about, and I will address those specials. So, as I said down below my, as it says in my title screen, I will be addressing those specials in a second after we're going to be talking about Hell in a Cell. So now, with that said, let's not wait. We're going to jump into Hell in a Cell results and my brief thoughts on Hell in a Cell before we jump onto some of those, other special thoughts before we jump into the main reason why you're here for Survivor Series 2018 predictions. So with that said, Let's get started with my Hell in a Cell 2018 rundown, shall we? Okie dokie Loki. First match we had was The New Day taking on Rusev for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match for the kickoff show. My prediction for this match was for The New Day, but I wouldn't have not mind seeing Rusev Day get the win. I won this match, so that makes my prediction score so far on this show was 1-0. Next up, we have Randy Orton taking on Jeff Hardy in the Hell in a Cell matchup. My prediction for this match was for Hardy, but I would not have been even remotely surprised if Randy Orton would have won this match. And I lost this match, so that makes my prediction for that. Hardy lost this match. My prediction score after this was 1-1. Yes, 1-1. I'm equal at 1. Blah. Botch. Tongue twisters and botches. Moving on. Next up, we had Charlotte taking on Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. My prediction for this match was for Charlotte Flair to win, but I would have loved to see Lynch get the win, which she did in fact get the win. But as we'll see soon enough with Survivor Series, things are brewing. The storms are brewing, and things are changing with that. As Becky Lynch won. She did win the Women's Championship here at Hell in a Cell, but she's no longer. She is Women's Champion. She is Women's Champion so far. She is still SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Do not brain. Do not freaking jinx it. But anyways, point being, moving on. She did win the Women's Championship, and she is the Women's Champion. So Becky Lynch did in fact win this match at Hell in a Cell, which means I did lose this match against Charlotte, with my prediction score being a prediction score of 1-2 so far. Now, moving on after that rambling moment, we have Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre taking on the team of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for the Raw Tag Team Championships. My prediction for this match was Ziggler and McIntyre to win this match, but I would have not mind seeing Rollins and Ambrose win. And I won this match with Ziggler and McIntyre taking the win over Ambrose and Rollins, with my prediction score being none other than tied at 2-2. We're tied at 2 after that matchup. Next up, we have AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. My predictions for this match were for Samoa Joe to win, but I had a reason why. I had a reason why to. Joe to win, because to have Styles chase the title for a feud to continue the feud between Styles and Joe. So there was that. That's my reason why I wanted Joe to win. And I lost this match because in a cheeky finish to continue the feud via tap out / roll up pin up. Spoiler alert. Well, yes, they did continue the feud when it comes to the network specials, but currently as of right now for Survivor Series, feud is over with, and you shall see why. As a new feud is brewing for AJ Styles, and you'll see why in a second. Anyways, my prediction, obviously I lost this match with Styles winning the match over Joe. So that makes my prediction score 2-3. Next up, we have Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella taking on a team of The Miz and Maurice. My prediction for this match was for Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella to win. And I lost this match, so that's my prediction score. That's 2. I can't count. 2-4. Moving on. Next up, we have Ronda Rousey taking on Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. My first match was obviously for Ronda Rousey to win, and she did win this match, so here's my prediction score, 3-4. And finally enough, we had Roman Reigns taking on Braun Strowman in a Hell in a Cell matchup for the Universal Championship. My prediction for this match was for what the fuck? Tongue twister. I did not do a tongue twister, but I was about to do a tongue twister, so blah. But my prediction for this match was for Roman Reigns to win this match, even though I would have loved to see Braun Strowman get the W. But the win and lose does not matter, because this match ended in no contest from a Lesnar interference to continue the fight into Crown Jewel event for triple threat matchup, which the score ends with a 3-4 score. 3 wins and 4 loses for Hell in a Cell 2018. So now with that out of the way, my break thoughts, since Hell in a Cell was a bunch of time a while ago, I must say that as far as I can remember, all I remember was that it was okay, and that I did not do Styles. that Jeff Hardy took a fucking bump that at first I didn't believe, because I'm just like, okay, why the fuck did he let go? Why would you fucking do that? It was a dumbass fucking move. Realistic when watching it, but actually watching it back again with the replays, I saw after the match ended, I'm like, wow, he actually did take that bump, and that actually did kind of hurt. So Hell in a Cell 2018, there it is. Well, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if I really hated it or I loved or liked it. But I'm just gonna go with it was okay, and that Jeff Hardy took a bump. All I can say for Hell in a Cell. I'm sorry if there's a bunch of shit. I'm sorry if there was a bunch of shit you want me to say about Hell in a Cell 2018. Personally, I don't, because it's been a while, and that's all I can say about it. Because I have watched it going in my mind already enough to explain to you guys already with my personal shit, and this upcoming shit right here for both Survivor Series and these network specials. So with that said, now we're going to address these WWE network specials, which were Crown Jewel, Evolution, and Super Showdown. So now you might ask yourself, what did I actually think of these specials? Well, personally, I shall tell you the score. That's not really score. I shall tell you in order of which ones I actually liked. Which, obviously, spoiler alert, obviously, and funnily enough, they were actually in the order that they aired. So I liked these. Out of all these, I liked Super Showdown the best. Secondly, followed by Evolution, then followed by Crown Jewel the last, which was the very, very latest fucking special or pay-per-view event, whatever you want to call it, on the network that aired for, mainly for the main roster, whatever purpose we want to say. The last major thing that was on the WWE network was for Crown Jewel before, Survivor Series. So that's the order I liked them in, which was the way they aired. But the reason, and now my brief little notation that I can say about these shows was that I enjoyed them in this order, the order they aired on network, which I've already said before. Being the small, beefed up house shows that they were, to finally get us back to the main pay-per-view event calendar, which we're here for Survivor Series, and with them each having their own moments of fun and doubts. But, overall, they were all great watches. Super Showdown was obviously looking at my favorite out of them all, because it was a super duper good show. I actually enjoyed watching it. Evolution, yeah, it was a good watch, but yet again, like I said, it had those moments of just like, eh. And then Crown Jewel, firstly, while watching it, I actually was having a good time with it, but actually, after a while, taking it all in, I'm just like, yeah, this show was already controversial enough of all, the Turkish killing with the murders and by the Saudi Arabia government, all that shit. I'm not gonna get into it, but the show was already controversial as it was. And into the show, everyone's just like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. Oh, I'm not watching. You should boycott it. Then we should cancel it. Blah blah blah. And then we should move it. Yeah. All the shit. All that controversial. Take all the controversy and throw it out the window. For the show itself, when I first watching it, I found it was a good watch. It's fun. It was entertaining and all that jazz. But after actually sitting down and actually watching it and taking it all in, yeah, there was a bunch of shit that was very, very questionable and kind of goddamn awful. Especially with the whole built up for the best in the world shit for the World Cup, with Miz and Dolph Ziggler being the last 2 minutes in there, and only for Shane McMahon to say "fuck you, Miz, get the fuck out of here," and then just throw his hats in the ring and say, "Hey, I am the best in the world because I am Shane McMahon and I am a McMahon." Woohoo! SmackDown Live. That, at first, I was just like, oh, cool. I was like, yeah, I was enjoying it. But now, after, actually watching it a while and realizing the fact of how, dedicated, how much this shit was built up for this cup, and actually for that said moment for Miz and Ziggler to go head to head, yeah, I can admit that was fucking shitty. And that alone branched off to other branches, just like, oh yeah, that moment was shitty. Oh, that moment was shitty. Oh my god, why was it built like that? It was built up to be. It was so much built up to be so much better than that. Why? So Crown Jewel, for what it was, all controversial shit. Yeah, at first I enjoyed it while I was watching it, and after a while, yeah, it became kind of a mighty shit show. It was complete garbage to me. But I can see why a lot of people can call it shit, and actually was calling it one of the worst, one of the worst shows they've probably aired, and they probably see it in a good while. So there's that. So now, with that said and out of the way, we can finally get into the main reason why you are here, which is for the Survivor Series 2018 prediction video. Wahaha. At the time of recording this video, as of right now, as we're getting to these predictions, I'm recording this. What, SmackDown? What is SmackDown? Yes, SmackDown. We're watching SmackDown, guys. No. Survivor Series, heading to Survivor Series 2018. We are going to be hitting here right now, as the time of this recording right now, in 2 days, 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 55 seconds away from the pay-per-view event as a whole. As we're now starting with these predictions, with the kickoff match, which is going to be none other than the following, as I am going to switch over from WWE.com to freaking Wikipedia, because WWE.com does not have all the fucking members of this goddamn tag team match for the kickoff show. Okay. Alright. Moving now on down to the bottom right here. And this card goes away. We have the 5-on-5 Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination matchup for, Survivor Series for the kickoff show. Which has, on Team Raw, we have Bobby Roode and Chad Gable taking on the B Team. Taking on, blah. Rephrase that. We have Team Raw, which is Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. The B Team, The Revival, Lucha House Party, which is Gran Metalik, Kalisto, and or Lance Dorado. Okay, whatever. And the Ascension, Connor and Victor, obviously. Taking on SmackDown Live's team, which is the Usos, The New Day, Sanity, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, and the Colognes for their team. And actually, this is going to be something. This is actually going to be something right here, which is going to be a little fun thing. And this is actually going to carry on with all these other tag team matchups. Surprisingly enough for the show. I literally don't. I personally, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree with me that these matchups kind of had no build, and I have no reason of saying why Raw should win or why SmackDown should win. But actually, yet again, I just my fucking the little bubbling freaking light bulb in my head just lit off. That I actually just freaking realized that majorly, I would say that prior to actually thinking about these predictions, I would say that all these matches were majorly for SmackDown to win. I was majorly a SmackDown goer for these matches. But to play it fair for these predictions, for both Raw and SmackDown, I am, instead of just bullshitting the prediction, I am going to be throwing out this. If you cannot really see it, which I'm pretty sure you can, or can't, blah, is a random name picker to choose which team I should go for this prediction, to make it more fun and interesting for me and you guys to watch. And my prediction, so with this said, my prediction for this match is going to be for, drumroll please, Team SmackDown for the kickoff show. So there you go. For the kickoff show matchup for Survivor Series, I am going for Team SmackDown to win. Ha ha ha. Oh, what did you fucking know? Look, where did you know it? After I spent all that goddamn time fucking reading all those names off on Wikipedia, which I'm pretty sure is the best way of actually looking at all these freaking pictures and all these superstars on this picture, blah, I realized that they actually did update the photo on WWE.com. Wow. And here's, all jokes aside, we're moving on from this shit. As we're moving on to the Raw Tag Team Champions, and in the Authors of Pain, taking on the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, The Bar with the Big Show on their side. Obviously enough. My prediction for this win. Wow. My brain is all over the place for this for this freaking prediction video, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Jumping right back into it. My Raw Tag Team. Wow. my prediction for this match is for AOP because they just need that strong push, and since they kind of been, underlined and kind of buried on the main roster so far, and they just need that, and they just need that push, that oomph of a win to actually get themselves going somewhere, even though most likely they probably won't go somewhere enough for anyone who likes these guys. So, my prediction for this match, obviously enough to stop botching and also stumbling over my words, is that I'm predicting that AOP is going to win this match, but I am not going to be too surprised, or that I'm not going to be that too surprised or that shocked or that upset if the Bar wins this matchup. So with that said, AOP for my prediction, but I wouldn't mind or wouldn't be upset if the Bar wins this matchup. Hello, car. Don't know why they honked, but hello, car. Anywho's, moving on to the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali. My prediction for this match is going to be quickly enough for Buddy Murphy to retain his title. Moving on. Now moving on to the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series men's elimination match for Survivor Series. With us having none other than on Team Raw, we have Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Finn Balor taking on Team SmackDown, which is going to be Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Shane McMahon, I wish it was Matt Hardy, delete, no plan, The Miz, and freaking Ric Flair! No, Rey Mysterio for Team SmackDown. That was just said. Who shall be my prediction, what you may ask? We are going to find out right now from this name picker. And it's going to be SpongeBob preparing the Krabby Patty. My prediction is going to be for Team Raw to win. Ha ha ha. So, with that said, my prediction is for Team Raw to win for this matchup. So, yeah. So, there you go. Team Raw to win this prediction. Next up, to follow up that men's, we're going with the women's tag team, Survivor Series elimination match. Which is going to be for Team Raw, we have Mickie James, Nia Jax, Natalya, Tamina, and Ruby Riott. I almost forgot who that was for a second. Ruby Riott taking on Team SmackDown, which is going to be Carmella, Asuka, Naomi, Sonya Deville, and a mystery partner. Woo! Shall it be? We shall find out on Survivor Series. Ha ha ha. Alright, so random name picker. Who shall it be? Drumroll, please. And it's going to be none other than Team Raw. Team Raw is going to get it. So, there you go, Team Raw. There is your bone, and there is your prediction. Go fetch, and let's see if this name picker will be correct. Now, that's to be seen, though. This is all for fun. I've been saying enough. Now, we are going with the Intercontinental Championship matchup, taking on the United States Champion, with Seth Rollins taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. My first match is going to be for Shinsuke Nakamura to win, because the whole freaking feud between Ambrose and Rollins going on, ever since they won the titles of the tag team championships on Raw, to actually taking it away for Rollins to actually lose the titles to AOP, and to actually have those two actually be on their own. So my first match is for Nakamura because of the ways of an interference of Dean Ambrose coming out and actually helping Nakamura win this match because of him, his apparent hate of Seth Rollins, and to actually start and actually continue and actually kickstart their feud, if you want to call it a kickstart, since their feud's already started. So yeah, Nakamura is my prediction to win this match for that reason alone. So, but still, if somehow in some way that Rollins does win this match, good job, and I would love to see Rollins win, but because of that reasoning of Ambrose not being booked to the show, and him actually wanting to continue this feud with Rollins, to the near future, I'm going to go with Nakamura. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship matchup, taking on the SmackDown Light representative. I didn't say champion, it would be champion because of Becky Lynch originally being this match, but she is no longer going to be in this match because of a face mess up on Raw before going to this show. From Nia Jax. My thoughts on it. Okay. Nia Jax being hated, but she doesn't deserve the hate. It was an accident, but yet again it looks kind of fatal, and it looked like she did it kind of on purpose when she does the hit on Becky Lynch, as you saw the clips or the footages as you saw. Yeah, it kind of looked sloppy, and it kind of looked like it might have been on purpose. Who knows? But me personally, I'm not going to hate on it too much. If it was an accident, it was an accident. But if not, Nia Jax needs to tone it down a bit, or take a little trip to the Performance Center, as a lot of people are saying for her to do, actually to get a little beef up for her in ring skills, to make sure that she takes care of her former partner, is to make sure no one gets hurt in this business. So, brief little thoughts about that. Moving on. SmackDown Live is going to get Charlotte Flair for this match for Becky Lynch's replacement for this match against Ronda Rousey. Now, either way, my prediction for this match still does not change, sadly enough. Because if Becky Lynch was going to be in this match, I would have loved to see Becky Lynch win this match and actually get a rub off of Ronda Rousey and actually get the win. Actually, surprised to get the win of this match against Ronda Rousey. But sadly enough, regardless if it was Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair, my prediction sadly still was going to go for Ronda Rousey either way. So with the said, ladies and gentlemen, my prediction is going to be for Ronda Rousey to win this match, as this feud between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey can still continue on to actually WrestleMania, which actually is rumored. It is actually rumored so far to actually main event WrestleMania this upcoming April, to actually have Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch to do a rematch. But people are also saying that Becky Lynch could actually come back into the Royal Rumble this January, win the Royal Rumble, and say, man, forget Charlotte Flair, forget Ronda Rousey, Charlotte's going to be Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's going to have to win the goddamn championship along the way. So Charlotte's going to be champion at the time. Ron's going to be champion at that time. Becky Lynch could come out and say, I don't want you, but I want you both at WrestleMania, and that can be a triple threat match for both Becky Lynch to have it, both Ronda and Charlotte Flair to continue both their feuds heading into SummerSlam, heading into WrestleMania to have a triple threat match for potentially both titles. I don't know how that'll work, but that's to be seen. But still, all jokes aside, and all future creative plots in mind, as of right now for Survivor Series, my prediction for this match, moving on, is going to be for Ronda Rousey to win this match. As now we head for the main card of my main flipping last match on this card on WWE.com. We have the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar formerly taking on the WWE Champion AJ Styles, but last Tuesday night in SmackDown Live, which was in my turf in St. Louis, surprisingly enough, we have the new WWE Champion with a heel Daniel Bryan taking on Brock Lesnar here for Survivor Series. No one thought it was going to happen, but we're actually going to get it here for Survivor Series. My prediction for this match, either way, just like both on the Ronda Rousey and the Nakamura and Rollins match, I am going to be feeling my prediction either way is going to be going towards Brock Lesnar to win this matchup, because no one thought it was going to happen, and we're going to probably see get Bryan get his ass fucking beat the shit out of, and two, because of potential AJ Styles interference. He's no longer booked on the show anymore. He was booked on the show for Brock Lesnar. We had that established, but WWE wants to be a surprise butthole and throw a curveball and say, hey guys, hey St. Louis, hey SmackDown Live, we're gonna make Daniel Bryan turn heel, and let alone we're gonna give him the WWE Championship. Why? We don't fucking know. Here you go, Survivor Series. Bye. See you at Survivor Series. Bryan and Lesnar. See you at Survivor Series. So with that said, we could potentially see Styles come out and actually help Lesnar win this match somehow, or maybe a post-match beatdown on Bryan by Styles to continue their supposed feud for the championship, since Styles is no longer champion and Bryan is now a heel. That's to be seen. That is to be seen, guys. So now, with this finally sitting out of the way, I am now officially done with my video, as we're officially now 2 days, 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 57 seconds away from the pay-per-view event as of the time of recording this video right now. And I am overall, thank you all for watching this blunder of a prediction video for Survivor 20. Blunder, there you go, blunder. This actual blunder and kind of somewhat fun video for Survivor Series 2018. I overall hope you all watch it throughout the blunder, and overall hope you guys hope you all enjoyed the video for what it was worth for all sides, whether it be my personal thought, my personal rundown, my personal shit going on in my life with my uncle and my computer, my rundowns of Hell in a Cell 2018 and the other WWE Network specials following it for the show, as also for my predictions video for right here for my predictions for Survivor Series 2018. So now with this all said, ladies and gentlemen, I overall hope you enjoyed this video, and overall hope you all have a good holiday season coming up for Thanksgiving. Hope you all enjoyed the turkey. I hope you all have a good time with your friends and loved ones. If you do celebrate, hope you all have a good time and happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate, then overall I just hope you have a good time, some solo time or whatever you want to do for your holiday season coming up for this Thanksgiving holiday season coming up pretty soon, or whatever holiday you celebrate coming out here for the month or November, obviously enough. So now with this said, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to blunder anymore, and I'm going to get it out of here. So we hope you all enjoyed this video for what it's worth. And with this said, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what Survivor Series has worth. Because a lot of people might say Survivor Series definitely is a curveball. We've had established matches along the way, and now the show has turned to a curveball for the show we're going to get with different matches, different people. And people getting mixed match all over the place, all over the card. It's like a freaking juggling of a freaking circus here for WWE Survivor Series. Where is it going to land, and how is it going to end up? We will all find out this upcoming Sunday for Survivor Series 2018 as it comes on the WWE Network, obviously enough. And my overall thoughts coming up next for my next upcoming prediction video for, I'm thinking, my very, very last and my final video for 2018. The TLC 2018 prediction video. So what would I think of TLC? Yes, what would I think of TLC? You'll figure out next year. But what would I think? But I'll just decide. What would I think of Survivor Series? Will it be good for what it was worth? Or will it actually be kind of a confusing show for what we're going to get for this curveball? We will find out next time on my WWE TLC 2018 prediction video. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm losing my voice, and I'm going to get the heck out of here so we can end this video off, so we can get these guys onto YouTube. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed this video. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sandy318. I'm signing out. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.